Hello, Eastern Hills, and even though we are one full month into 2020, Happy New Year to you. My name is Nancy Carmichael, and I am here with my very good friend, Danielle King, who I've known now. How long have I known you? It's been a while.
At least 10 years.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, because I've been on staff here 10 years.
That's a long time. She was only this big when I met her.
But if you were on the worship team when I started coming here, so I've known of you longer than that.
Oh, wow. Wow. So, okay. So we got a full decade. So I'm so excited that you're here today talking to me because a lot of people around here know you, and maybe there's a few who don't. So we're going to get to know you a little bit. First of all, you're on staff here. So tell us a little bit about your role here.
Yeah, right now I've worn a lot of hats over the last 10 years, but right now I mostly do the website and the database, and then just generally the office helper.
So she does it all.
Happens.
She does it all. Yes, she's a woman of
I help
many
everyone
talents.
else do it all. That's what I like to see.
A woman of many talents, humble in every way, supporting everybody. So we can do what we do here, which is to help people in their walk with Jesus. And that's really exciting. So we're going to talk about that in just a minute, actually. That's the very reason we're here. But before that, I thought, people need to get to know you a little more for those that don't know you. So one thing I do know about you is you're something of a DIYer. Right?
A little bit.
A little bit of crafting.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Whatever time.
In all your spare time. Because, you're also a mom of how many children?
3 kids.
3 kids.
Yeah.
Under the age of?
The oldest is 6. Birthdays are coming up, but right now everyone is 2, 4, and 6.
2, 4, 6, even numbers. So, all right. So, in all your spare time from the 2, 4, and 6-year-old, you do a little DIY. So, here's what we're going to do. Just real quick. Don't think about it. No pressure.
Okay.
This or that. Okay. So I'm going to. Just this or that. Don't just react. Okay. Mason jars or recycled tins?
Mason jars.
See, easy. All right. Mason jars. Knitting or crocheting?
Oh, I don't know because I can't master either. I've tried both.
All right, just pick one.
Knitting sounds more traditional.
All right, it's the hot thing right now. All right, stencil or freehand?
Definitely stencil.
Stencil. All right, she's a stencil girl. All right. This one I didn't have an either or, but succulents, yay or nay?
Yeah.
Yay. She said yay. It's not really crafty, but somehow it all works in that. Okay. Pallets or shiplap?
Shiplap.
Shiplap. Origami or clay?
Origami.
Okay, all right. See, you knew better than you thought.
Straight lines, clean things.
Okay, all right. So one more. Edison lights or tea lights? It's a thinker.
That's hard. Probably tea lights.
Tea lights. Yes, they're warm.
Yeah, you can't really, or even the fake tea lights. Just something about a flame.
There is
the flicker. I like the flicker.
So, all right, I do have a bonus. Okay. All right, so this is not this or that, but this is okay. Got to think. So I'm gonna give you a minute to think.
Okay.
One use for a metal hanger. Just one.
Oh, I know already.
She already knows.
Because I got to do this for the Christmas experience for the snowflake room. We made snowflakes out of hangers, which, I don't know, until you see it in person, you can't wrap your head around how it works, but it's so pretty.
I saw them, and they were quite fabulous. So Thank you very much for playing. So now we know a little bit more about the DIY mind of Danielle King. So
there you go.
Excellent. Okay, so now that we know you, let's move on to talk about, like we kind of alluded to it, discipleship. So that's really what we're talking about. Discipleship is a pretty big deal around here, helping other people to know Jesus more, and we live and we move and we have our being in Him. So what does that look like? So I understand, you have your roles that are helping the church do what it does, but you also have some other roles outside of the 9 to 5 here at church, where you're helping a specific group of people here at church do just that. So tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. Well, my husband, Sean King, is the college pastor. But even before that was his job here, that's how I started coming to Eastern Hills, was through the college ministry when I was in college. And it's changed and grown and morphed into different kinds of things, but I've been here through it, and now I'm still a really big part of it. I lead a small group of girls at Ignite, and then we also, during different small group seasons of the church, we have a home group on Sunday nights in our home, where we do either scripture study or we dig into the sermon that we all saw together on Sunday, or we're getting ready for the church-wide study, we usually jump in on that too.
Okay, and I want to talk about that in a second. So you've been doing this for a while, building community among this group of people. Let me ask you this. What's one thing about this, I don't even want to say age group, but just is there something about this group that maybe surprises you or that you didn't realize before? Or,
Well, it's been interesting being part of the age group and then going beyond the age group and getting into this reflection mode at all, because it used to just be all my peers, and now there's a little bit of separation there, which is not a bad thing. Makes me feel old, but that's okay.
She's a baby, people. She's a baby.
But what I love about college students and young adults is they are really motivated to be involved. They're always, and I really do mean, they are wanting community, and they also have a heart to serve. So whenever there's an opportunity to get together and do something or make a difference, or especially when there's not an opportunity, when they all get together outside and say, oh, hey, we went to the soup kitchen because we really wanted to do something like that, or someone's creating an event outside of the ministry, just doing their own thing. They find unique ways to get involved, and they want to be a part of something. Yeah,
being part of something bigger. Being an important part of it, but knowing that, hey, this is a big deal. It's bigger than me. So that building community, which kind of takes us into the next thing I wanted to talk to you about. I understand you all went on a sort of a road trip, an air trip, a trip. Yes. You went on a trip. So tell us about that.
Sure, yeah. For New Year's, on New Year's Eve, we flew down to Atlanta, Georgia, and went to Passion Conference, and had the most memorable New Year's Eve experience of my life, for sure.
New Year's in Atlanta.
It was a big deal because we filled the Mercedes-Benz Arena, 65,000 people.
Oh, so just a few of your closest friends.
And it was, all of them were college students or young adults, and then leaders. I got a ticket because I'm a leader. I got to be a part of the party. But for 3 days, we heard from speakers, pastors, great worship sets, musicians, and then you can hear thousands of people singing in the arena all together. It's just an incredible experience, and it's exhausting because they really pack in a lot in those few days. But I don't know. It was exciting because it felt like a movement. It felt like a lot of people together for the same reason, and extremely passionate and emotional and wanting more. And we're all doing it. We're all there because of Jesus. It wasn't. We weren't all there for, a sports game, which is what that arena is usually all about.
Right.
So
So cool. Again, so that purpose that's bigger, that bigger purpose than yourself. So all right. Moments. Were there moments for you in that? Can you look back and say, okay, this was definitely this was a moment for me?
Yeah. There were a lot of moments. When we first got there, we got into the arena, so many people, getting that many people in through security and seated. We got in there kind of late, and, the man who was up speaking opened it saying, you are in the seat that God planned for you, that he intended for you to be in. And our seats were almost behind the stage. I'm like, that's easy for you to say. These are terrible seats. But I ended up getting kind of sick later that night, I think, from the travel, the stress, and I got a migraine. And it was to the point where I needed to go find some help, some medication, and get something to eat. And I walked out, and I just said, is there somewhere that I can get some Motrin or something? And they said, well, you need to go to first aid. Let me tell you where it's at. It's in section 133. I said, wait, I'm sitting in section 133, and it was right outside our section. And so I got to share that with the whole group. I said, guys, we really are in the seat that God wanted us to be in. I'm sorry that it was for me. But these seats, these were intended for us.
That's pretty cool.
And just moments like that, the whole trip where we saw that there was a plan, a purpose, and intentionality for all of us being there for certain things. So
even in the midst of 65,000 people, apparently you were important enough for God to say, hey, I'm going to meet your need, and I want you to know. So, That's pretty cool. So so you had these great moments. I'm sure there's many more you could tell me about. And if you want to know, just track her down.
Yeah, or any of us. There were 10
Yes.
of us who went on the trip, and everyone's got a story from it.
Oh, yeah. No, she's not playing with a 2, 4, or 6-year-old. She'll tell you. Or maybe, you can go on a play date together. So you've come back from that. So you're ready to take all of this passion literally back into this community. So what are you guys going to do with that? How is this playing out now in what you're doing with Ignite?
Well, we had, the first week back, we had like a testimony night where we got up and shared how we heard God speaking to us during the night, which was really great because it was such a busy trip and a grueling pace that we didn't really get to really share all that with each other before we were back late that Thursday evening. And then
you need the process time too, right? You need to what just happened.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And overwhelmingly heard that God, in 65,000 people, God saw each one of them. And one of the messages was talking about individuality and purpose and how we have things to do. And God made us the way we are to do those things. And so I think that it's really motivated all of us on the trip to not feel like we have to fit a mold or I don't know, the gifts that we have are for God's purpose for us, you know?
Yeah, it's almost as if he's wired us the way we are for a purpose.
And of course,
could it be?
Things we know or we're supposed to know, but
no, that's really revolutionary because I think sometimes we get caught up in just the trappings of life and, this is what I got to do, here's my to-do list, and we forget, even the things, that are foibles or, things that are weaknesses. God has factored all that in, and even in our weakness, His strength is made perfect. So,
especially
cool.
in our weakness.
Especially in our weakness, yeah. Even as He's refining us, and as we're becoming more and more like Him through discipleship. So, all right. So you're taking all this back, you're processing it, you're moving forward, and there's more to come because, like you had alluded to, small groups. That you have a small group, and I know we're just about on the precipice of our next small group campaign here at church, church-wide campaign. And tell us what you're all doing with that.
We have Ignite functions as small groups. We all listen to a message together, but we're sitting at round tables. So as soon as the message ends, we're in a small group. We can talk about it. Being at Passion and sharing those kind of things that we learned from Passion and what we felt like God was speaking to us has really just opened up honesty and vulnerability, to be honest about where we're at and the questions we have, and letting God work through that. And that's been freeing for even new people who came for the first time that night and heard. They said, I feel like, I could fit in here because some of the things she said I've thought about and I've struggled with, and it made me feel like it's okay to talk about that here. And I think with the small group campaign that's coming, the church-wide study that's coming, Emotionally Healthy Spirituality, getting ready to...
I've started on the book. It's good stuff.
It's honesty. It's how am I feeling? Why am I feeling this way? And good things are going to come out of that. So we're doing, in addition to Wednesdays, I love seeing everybody in a different setting too. And so we invite young adults and college students to come to our home on Sunday nights for the study. And, the kids are getting ready for bed, so everybody gets to see our crazy kids. And my kids love that too. And
I bet they do.
I put them to bed, and down in the living room, small groups getting started, I get to come down and join in. And we sit around. It's a small living room, but it's fun when it's crowded. So.
Well, and you bring something up. I know this is an aside, but it's an important thing. It just so happens it's in your home. You've got kids, and college students, unless they have little brothers and sisters at home, they're not interacting with kids a lot. But this is something I think is so exciting and important. Just the idea, hey, let's be around families. Let's not, we got college students and we got this age group and that age group, but hey, it's great to be around families no matter what age you are. So.
Yeah, our family loves getting to know all these people who are in this different age group, and I think they all love our children too. It looks like they do. Everybody gets along. And what's cool about this study too is the fact that people whose parents, or their whole family comes to this church. Their parents are in different small groups, but we're all studying the same material.
Right.
So it can start conversations over dinner or at other times during the week. And on Sundays, when we all get together, we're all hearing the same sermon, and we're in small groups. So even though we're meeting, with young adults and college students to talk about the material, most of the church is talking about it too in different contexts, and we can come together and share that.
Right. Yeah. So same thing, but different perspectives. Iron sharpening iron. So that's really exciting. So, all right. So somebody wanted to sign up for this small group. So when is it starting? How do they sign up?
Yeah. Well, that's my church hat. That's what I do here. There's going to be sign-ups in the atrium at tables, lots and lots of tables. You can see all the different group offerings, different days of the week, different locations in the area. And also they'll be online. That's the part that's my job, is getting the online signups available so that you can sign up whenever the thought pops in your head. You don't have to wait till Sunday morning to remember to go do it.
24/7.
You can browse the groups 24/7,
Okay.
sign up. Small group leader will get in touch with you.
Excellent.
Yeah, and you can come to our group if you're a college student or young adult.
Or sign up for really any of the groups,
Any
right?
of the groups, yes.
So this is not just for that group, although it's been great hearing about what's going on with Ignite, discipleship. So I understand. So that sign up's going to be on the homepage, right? So you can't miss it.
I'm going to make it so we can't miss
it.
it.
So where do they want to go? Tell them the website.
It is ehwc.org.
Short and sweet, ehwc.org. Sign up there, and we're really looking forward to the small group campaign. Thank you so much, Danielle. It's been
Nancy.
great talking to you.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.